welcome back to my channel. I wanted to make this other video about Uber in regards to taxes. Everybody is, well, my biggest concern when driving for Uber, doing any other gig economy type work, is taxes, because Uber doesn't pay your taxes. And are you paying quarterly taxes? Do you even know how much to pay for quarterly taxes? I don't. I'm going to tell you right now. Before we get into this, I am not a tax professional. I cannot give you legal tax advice. That is not the purpose of this. This is to give you an understanding of my experience of doing my own taxes, and yeah, that's about it, okay? Give you an idea. So if you have any basic questions regarding taxes, here you go, okay? On top of it, my neighbor plays his TV really, really loud. So if you can hear that dumping, that's what that is. That's not something I can control. But this is what you do when you get lower rent. You just deal with stuff. It's fine. So sorry. Well, ASMR for you, I guess. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you have all of your documents. You want to also make sure that if you've worked at any other jobs that you have paid taxes, to make sure that you get all those documents. It is now almost April. You should definitely have all of your documents. I think legally all of your employers are supposed to give you tax documents by the end of January, legally. So that's a little FYI for you. So Uber is going to give you two documents, at least one if you don't qualify for the other ones. So everybody's going to get a summary for the whole year. That is going to include, let me go to the top, some driving totals. And it's going to tell you how many trips you've had and how many miles you have. That is the number of miles I use. I know other drivers say not to use it, but when I calculated my own miles, and for my first year, I compared the two and they were very close. And so I just use what Uber reports. I feel like it's a little bit more like verifiable that it's coming from Uber. And they do, this is all your online miles. It's not only when you're delivering, it's when you're online. That's what this number is. I know a lot of people say it's not, but it depends on how you do your miles. And if you're running a bigger business than me, meaning, multiple cars, and you qualify for the 1099K, and, you have a lot more expenses and stuff, that is a different, I would think that's like a different way to file your taxes. This is going to be the most minimal, easiest way. So make sure that you have your summary. Everyone will get the summary. Now what I get is a 1099 miscellaneous, and I forget the cutoff and the ranges of earnings and stuff for you to qualify for this, because this is my second year. I'm not putting a lot of effort into figuring out all of this stuff. I did that last year when I was pulling my hair out. It took me, I think, 2 or 3 days to do my taxes because I was just trying to make sure I was doing it right. This year, I feel more comfortable. I feel more confident. And so here I am. I do have another job that I was able to pay enough taxes on this year, so I don't owe taxes. But if you only do Uber, expect to pay some amount of taxes, especially if you're not uber busy making lots of money. I only do Uber Eats, so if you do other gigs, that might be something else. But this is just my experience. Again, okay, not a tax professional. I do not have all the information. I'm only sharing my experience and what I did. So I have these two documents from Uber. That's all you're going to get from Uber. You need to be able to read these documents and get the information out and be able to file your taxes appropriately. Uber does have it to where you can do turbo tax self employed for free. That's usually costs like $100 or something normally. But if you go on your online to the partners like website and you go to the tax tab and you scroll down, there should be a link for the TurboTax. And you also get QuickBooks for a whole year. So it's not just for the rest of the year. It's not a calendar year. It's the year that you file and you get it throughout. So, and I think mine even went a little beyond 12 months. So that's good. So that goes, I think it goes through the whole tax year. So it goes all the way through next year's taxes. So just FYI, if that's something that you're interested in. But I had it last year and I didn't really use it. I'm thinking about doing something else business-wise, so I might use it that way. I'm not planning to do any more gig economy app work anymore. And that can be a different video. But we're going to stick to taxes. So what you're going to need to do is on your summary. So the summary is going to have everything you need to file your taxes, but you're going to need to report, if you have a 1099, you're going to need to report that, okay? So when you report that, then you also need to report from your gross earnings on your summary. Do not report your net, report your gross. You need to, you will need to pay taxes on your gross, okay? From your gross, what's going to happen is you're going to go through your deductions and everything like that. So after you say how much you make, then you're going to have to give information about your vehicle, and I ask for the standard deduction, and that's just what I get. In the past, I have done like the homework and the work to figure out what's best for me. What's best for me is a standard deduction. Like I said, if you're at a higher earning capita, you make lots of money, you're gonna have much more expenses. Maybe at that level, doing the deductions, the deductibles, and breaking everything down, that might work for you. But for me, no. So I only claim a few deductions. And I'm going to tell you what they are. They are the deductions that are on the summary. I will report these. I will also report my tolls unless they were used for personal use. So I don't normally use tolls ever. I always go around them. There's ways around them. And you don't really need them. They're just nice, I guess, except for when I go to the airport. So if I do go to the airport, I just make sure I deduct those things. And then I report that. And then I also report my car registration but I don't report that in the same place that I report this business stuff. I report it at the end when I'm doing all those governmental type deductions, okay? So that's just how that goes, okay? So that's what I claim. And then I make sure that I do all my taxes for my job where I pay the maximum amount of taxes and I come out not needing to owe anything. You will need to pay 3 different taxes. You need to pay your federal tax, then you need to pay a self-employed tax, and if you have a state tax, you're going to have to pay that as well. Just remember all of this going in. Make sure you have in documents for everything that you claim as a deduction, because you could be audited. I have never been audited, but if I'm audited, I'm ready because I have all my documents, so make sure you do that. Also, if you go through Turbo, it's going to just make sure that everything looks like it's in range, nothing's flagged. So just make sure that you do that as well. If you go through Turbo or if you do it yourself, just make sure that you everything is in like reasonable and you have documents. So that's about it. Okay. I don't want this to be much longer. This is just my experience. That's about it. No specifics because everybody's situation is different. Please do not ask me for your very specific situations. Like I said, I am not a tax professional. I cannot tell you what to do. On top of it, I can't tell you anything even if I was a tax professional because I can't see it or know it or do it, So, you go to a tax professional if you're very concerned. TurboTax also has live CPAs and tax experts available. You do have to pay for that. This is not a sponsored video. I'm just sharing that's who I used. But if you have a CPA or a family member or a friend who can do your taxes, either for low, rate or whatnot, do that if you have a lot of different things going on. Like I said, I use the standard mileage, car deduction. And so it just really simplifies this whole thing. If you do it the other way where you have to do all the deductions, it's going to make it more complicated and take longer. If that works for you, that works for you. I don't get a benefit from it, but I wish everybody luck out there with their taxes. This is also, you need to do this also to get that stimulus from what I understand. So make sure you get that done. I did that. Actually, I did it today. I actually just did it. So that's why I'm making a video. So there we go. Yeah. Let me know if you've done your taxes and make sure you get it done if you qualify for that stimulus package because we're all stuck at home. And if there's something else that you want to know, let me know. Maybe I'll make a video about that. I'm stuck at home. And I am thinking about doing another business. I have shared that a business idea here. I don't think that will work right now. But hopefully I will come up with something. I have an idea. And it's very popular on YouTube. It's very popular in the world. Yeah, you can make some good money at it. So I'm looking into that. And I may or may not tell you. If you want to know, you need to let me know. But good luck out there, and I hope everybody is doing okay. If you're self-isolating or if you're quarantined, yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.